So here we have a problem where the frame or structure is loaded by some uniformly distributed load. In addition to point load, UDL is also acting on this frame. And here you can see the frame is supported by a fixed support, right? So this is a fixed support. And at this point D, it is supported by a roller support. Okay. And here the link AB, the link AB is subjected to a horizontal rightward force of 15 kilonewton, and a moment is also acting at this point, having magnitude 20 kilonewton meter, right? And this BC link is means loaded with the uniformly distributed load of 5 kilonewton per meter over its full span. And this CD link is subjected to only one load, that is 10 kilonewton load, and it is acting in the middle of this CD link. Okay, so this is the situation. And in addition to this information, these geometries, okay, geometries or dimensions of different links are also given, so you can find out angles, uh, angles if required, right? Now what we can do, we can if we want to means determine reaction forces as well as your what we call reaction forces as well as internal forces acting along each link, then first we have to draw the okay, internal forces are not required to determine this problem. We just have to find the support reactions. Okay, support reaction as well as here this A point is fixed, so we will get the moment also, right? So these things we have to determine. So what we'll do, we will draw free body diagram of whole system. So if you want to draw a BD of whole system, then for fixed support, you can replace this fixed support by horizontal reaction and vertical reaction as well as one moment, right? And here you can decide the direction of moment opposite to the moment direction of external load, right? And this force reactions, horizontal force or vertical reaction force direction, you can determine based on the direction of external forces. So 15 kilonewton force external is external force and it is acting horizontally rightward, so we will take horizontal reaction as leftward, horizontally leftward. Okay, and here 5 kilonewton per meter load UDL is acting vertically downward, so reaction at A we will take as vertically upward. The same thing we will do at point D. We will take vertical reaction vertically upward. Okay, right. So here you can see at point D it is a roller support, so we will take only vertical reaction. There will not be any horizontal reaction or moment. Good. So let's name them. This I'm naming horizontal reaction as Rxa and vertical reaction as Rya, and this D reaction is given, right? It is 10 kilonewton and moment is named as Ma. Okay. So how to determine these Rxa, Rya and Ma? So first we can take moment balance about A. So, or you can say what horizontal force balance, okay, of the whole system. So if you balance horizontal forces of whole system, then you will get this equation, right? So here 15 kilonewton force is acting horizontally rightward, so take rightward as positive. Okay, so I'm taking rightward as positive. Okay, this is my sign convention. So if I'm taking rightward as positive, then 15 kilonewton must be positive, and this Rxa must be negative. Okay, based on my sign convention. And only these two forces are acting, so their summation, algebraic summation, must be equal to 0. So whenever I say algebraic summation, it means if the magnitude is positive, we will take positive sign. If negative, we will take negative sign, and we will add them. So that we will call as algebraic summation, right? So this algebraic summation is equal to 0. Clear? Good. Then This equation will give us Rxa. So Rxa is equal to how much? 15 kilonewton. Now balance vertical forces. Vertical force balance means first of all we have to determine the sign convention or assign a sign convention or choose a sign convention, right? So I am selecting sign convention as vertically upward as positive. Okay, vertically upward as positive. So Rya plus this 10 kilonewton, it is also acting vertically upward, so plus 10 minus this 5 kilonewton per meter is a force in downward direction, so it is not matching with our sign convention, so we will take minus sign for this one. So minus 5 into 2. Why 2? Because this 5 is intensity. Its unit you can see as kilonewton per meter. This is the unit of this force, kilonewton per meter. That means it is applying 5 kilonewton force in only 1 meter. So this is 1 meter, right? In this span, you are getting 5 kilonewton, but the whole span, total span length is 2 meter. From B to C, it is 2 meter. So if intensity is 5 kilonewton per meter, then overall force acting on this link BC will be 5 into 2. That's why you are getting a downward force of 5 into 2 kilonewton. Okay. So then this is one. This is another. You can say vertically downward external force, that is 10 kilonewton. So I'm writing here as 10 kilonewton with minus sign. So this is Rya written over here, right? 10. This one I have written here. Good. And this 5 into 2 is because of this force, and this 10 because of this force. Okay. So these 4 forces I am getting, and their algebraic summation must be equal to 0. So if you solve this equation, you will get Rya is equal to 10 kilonewton. Now, if you balance moment about A, some people say is momentum. Don't never ever say this term ma as a momentum. It is moment. Okay. So moment balance about A must be equal to 0, right, for equilibrium. Good. Now how to take moment about A? So see here, the first term of this moment equation is 15 into 2. But before understanding these terms, let's do our first job. Our first job should be to assign a sign convention, right? Sign convention. So let's choose a sign convention. Let's take let's take clockwise. Let's take clockwise as positive. Clockwise as positive. Okay. So if you're taking clockwise as positive, then you can say that 15 into 2. Okay. So what is this term 15 into 2? This 15 into 2 is denoting moment produced by this force 15 kilonewton. Okay. So how we are getting this 15 into 2? Why we are getting this 2? What is this 2 distance? So moment means force into perpendicular distance. So this 2 is perpendicular distance. So what we mean by perpendicular distance? Perpendicular distance means if you are taking moment about A, then draw a perpendicular from point A on this force 15 kilonewton. So if you draw perpendicular and if you extend its line of action, so this is the line of action of this 15 kilonewton force. So if you draw perpendicular from this point on this force, then you will get this distance as 2 meters. That's why we are getting 15 into 2, the first term. Second term, 20. Now see this, there is a moment at this point, right? And its magnitude is 20 kilonewton meter, and its direction is clockwise. So clockwise we are taking positive. So if it is a moment, we can directly put this value in our moment balance equation. So here I am getting 20, okay, corresponding to this external moment. Okay, now next let's come to this term. Okay, this term 5 into 2 into 1. So this term, this moment in the equation we are getting because of this force. Which force? This force, right? This force. Why? See this, just a minute. Yeah, this 5 into 2. What is this 5 into 2? Already we have used this 5 into 2 over here, right? This 5 into 2 denotes total force applied by this UDL on this link BC. Okay, 5 into 2. So this is the total force. Good. So force into perpendicular distance. So this one is perpendicular distance, but how means how we are getting this perpendicular distance one? It is very tricky. So you have to means give so here you have to see carefully why we are getting one here. So if you want to understand this perpendicular distance, you can do one thing. You can just replace this UDL. Okay, replace this UDL, just remove this UDL, and in place of this UDL you just draw one point load like this. Point load, right? Only one point load, only one point load, only one point load, right? Where? In the middle of this link BC, in the middle of this UDL. Okay, in the middle of UDL. So wherever you get UDL, you just replace that UDL by a point load acting in the middle of UDL. Okay, so here I have replaced this UDL by a point load, and I have applied it in the middle of UDL. Okay, so where to apply this point load, that we have understood. Now what should be its magnitude? Okay, so because you are replacing this UDL by a point load, so its magnitude must be 5 into 2. 5 into 2. Why 5 into 2? Because the intensity of UDL is 5 kilonewton per meter, and it is acting in the span of 2 meter. So 5 into 2. See, the intensity, unit of intensity is 5 kilonewton per meter, right? And the unit of force must be kilonewton only. It should not be kilonewton per meter. So just to remove this per meter, you can multiply by the span length, that is 2 meter. Okay, so 5 into 2, that's why we are getting for the magnitude of this point load. Now we have understood that how to replace this UDL by a point load. Now if you know the point load, then you can find out now this perpendicular distance, that is 1. So how we will get this perpendicular distance? Just extend its what we call it line of action. Okay, so extend its line of action. So this is our line of action, right? Line of action. Good. Now draw perpendicular from this point A on this line of action. If you draw perpendicular, you will get this length, this length, this length, this length, right? This length. So this length is how much? This total length is 2 meter. So this length will be 1 meter. So that's why I'm getting here the perpendicular distance as 1. So in this way, you can determine the moment corresponding to a UDL. Similarly, try to practice some problems where uniformly varying load is acting. Okay, and then try to find out moment. Good. Okay. Now let's come to this term 10 into 3. So 10 kilonewton force is acting at this point, and if you extend its line of action, then if you draw perpendicular from point A to this line of action, then what is this perpendicular distance? It is 2 plus 1. That's why we are getting 10 into 3. Now its direction is so see, this is the force and this is the point about which we are getting movement. So it will try to rotate this frame in clockwise direction about point A. So about point A, this force will try to rotate this whole frame in clockwise direction. So okay, and we are taking clockwise direction as positive, so we will take positive sign here. Good. Okay. Next term is 10 into 4. Okay, so this is 10 and it is acting vertically upward, so you can say it is the line of action of this 10 kilonewton force. So this perpendicular distance is how much? 2 plus 1 plus 1, that is 4. So 10 into 4 will be its magnitude. And what about direction? Why we are getting minus sign here? Because it is producing an anti-clockwise moment about point A. So if you are getting anti-clockwise moment about A, then you have to take minus sign, because clockwise we are taking positive, anti-clockwise negative. Okay, good. Now this 20 kilonewton, sorry, okay, done. Yeah, already we have taken this moment 20 kilonewton. This MA is left. Okay, so now if you want to take this MA into account, then just find out its direction. It is producing anti-clockwise moment. Okay, so minus sign and directly put MA. So these are all moments that are acting on this frame. So their summation, algebraic summation, must be equal to 0. So we are equating it 0. Now if you solve it, you will be able to find out value of MA. So the value of MA, it is not written in the slide, but easily you can determine. Okay, good. Let's take another example. So here there is a cantilever beam. Okay, what we call this beam, which is fixed at one end, and there is no other support is acting on the beam, then we call it cantilever beam. Okay, so there is a cantilever beam, and here you can see the cantilever beam is subjected to UDL, uniformly distributed load, up from point A to point B. Okay, and this span length A to B is 3 meter. And the intensity is 20 kilonewton per meter. Okay, good. Now BC span is not loaded by any distributed load. Okay, and this length is 1 meter, but at point C you have applied 40 kilonewton force inclined at 30 degree from horizontal. So these are two loadings on this cantilever, and you have to find the reactions. Okay, good. So what to do? We can do one thing. So this problem can be solved one by replacing this UDL by a point load. Okay, just replace this UDL and take point load of how much magnitude? So see, intensity is 20 kilonewton per meter, and meter is how much? 3 meter. So each meter it is applying 20 kilonewton force. So for 3 meter, how much? So for 1 meter, it is applying 20 kilonewton, right? 20 kilonewton. So for 3 meter, how much force it will apply? It will apply 20 into 3, that means 60. So you can replace this UDL by a point load of 60 kilonewton. Good. So this is our point B and this is our point C. So at point C, you are getting 40 kilonewton force acting at 30 degree angle. So you can take component. Its horizontal component will be how much? It will be 40 cos 30. Okay, and vertical component as 40 sine 30. Good. So in this way you can take components, and please remember that whenever you use scientific calculator to find out this cos 30 and sine 30, please ensure that your calculator is using degree unit for angle. Okay, so there is options. There are two modes to calculate cosine or sine of some angle. One is the mode of degree and another is mode of radian. So if you take 30 radian, you will get different value. If you take 30 degree, then you will get different value. Here it is 30 degree, so sine 30 degree you have to calculate. Okay, good. So this is our simplified version of problem. So if you want to determine reactions, then apply here a horizontal reaction, here a vertical reaction, and here a moment. Okay, let's name it MA. Okay, MA, and here HA, here VA, and just balance horizontal forces, vertical forces, and moments. You will finally get the values of all the reactions. Okay, so this is one way. Now there is another way where I am not replacing this UDL by 60 kilonewton, but I am taking the problem as it is, and we will try to solve. Okay. Okay, good. So this is the situation. Here I have drawn FBD of whole system, right? I think FBD of whole system is clear to you, all of you. The same thing. I am here taking components of this 40 kilonewton into its horizontal and vertical direction, and for fixed direction I'm applying HA, VA, and MA. Okay, that is obvious. Now if you balance horizontal force, then what you will get? So total how many forces are acting horizontally? HA and 40 cos 30, only two forces. So we will get HA minus 40 cos 30 is equal to 0. That means my sign convention is horizontally rightward as positive. So this is our sign convention, right? So HA minus 40 cos 30 is equal to 0. Good. Now HA will be equal to 34.64 kilonewton. Never ever forget to write the unit. Okay, this unit is very important. Now balance vertical forces. So vertical force balance, how many vertical forces we are getting? VA, and this 20 kilonewton per meter UDL is also applying vertical force, and 40 sine 30. So three forces are acting vertically. Okay, so these three forces we have to consider. So what to do? VA, we are taking vertically upward as positive sign. We are taking positive sign for vertically upward force. So VA is acting vertically upward, positive, minus 20 into 3. So 20 UDL is acting over the span of 3 meters. So total force will be 20 into 3. And then 40 sine 30, sine 30 means 0.5. So 40 into 0.5 is equal to 0. So if you solve it, you will get VA is equal to 80 kilonewton. So this much vertical reaction must act at point A in order to maintain this cantilever in equilibrium. If you reduce this VA, the body will not be in equilibrium. Okay. Now balance moment about A. If you balance moment about A, what you will get? So see, let's take clockwise moment as positive. Clockwise moment as positive. So this MA is acting in anti-clockwise direction about point A. So just put a minus MA here in the moment equation. Okay, that's good. Then this 20 into 3 UDL. So here you can see this 20 UDL you can replace by a point load, and the magnitude of point load will be 60 kilonewton. And this horizontal distance will be how much? Whenever you replace this UDL by a point load, you apply point load in the middle of UDL. So UDL span is 3 meter long. So in the middle it is 1.5. So that's why this distance will be 1.5. Okay. So 20 into 3 is 60. 60 into The perpendicular distance is 1.5. So 60 into 1.5 is the moment produced by UDL. Okay, good. Next, 40 into 0.5. 40 into 0.5. What is this moment? This moment is because of this force, this vertical force. Okay, this vertical force 40 sine 30, and it is acting at a distance, at a perpendicular distance of 3 plus 1 meter. So this is the line of action of 40 sine 30, and this is the perpendicular distance 3 plus 1. So we are getting 40 sine 30 into 4 is equal to 0. So if you solve it, you will get MA will be equal to this much. Okay, good. Let's take another problem. Okay. So in this problem, you can see there is a cantilever beam AB, and A point is hinged, and a UDL is acting over the complete span of this link AB. And the intensity of UDL is 100 Newton per meter. Okay, and in addition to UDL, you are also applying a 500 Newton point load at point C, and B point is supported by a rope. This distance BC is 1 meter, and this overall span of the link is 5 meter. Okay, this is the thing, and this angle is also given as 30 degree. So this problem, if you want to solve, then what you can do, you can first draw a free body diagram. So this is the free body diagram of your problem, right? So how we are getting a BD for hinge, we are applying horizontal reaction and vertical reaction, and this rope is applying a tension T. Let's take its horizontal and vertical component. Okay, this angle is 30 degree, and all the things remaining, I think you understand. Now balance horizontal forces. So only HA and T cos 30, two horizontal forces are acting on this beam. So HA minus T cos 30 must be equal to 0. So you will get a relationship between HA and T. Right, now balance vertical forces. It will give you VA. So this is VA. Now 100 into 5, 100 into 5. Why? This UDL is means applied over the complete span, and complete span length is 5 meters. So total force will be 100 into 5, 100 into 5. Good. Next, this 500 Newton force is acting at point C vertically downwards. So you will get to 500 here, and T sine 30 is this one. Okay, so here what is my sign convention? I am considering vertically upward direction as positive. That's why VA I'm taking positive. This 100 kilonewton, 100 Newton per meter, I'm taking as negative because it is applying vertically downward force. Then 500 downward, so negative. T sine 30 vertically upward, so positive. If you solve it, what you will get? You will get a relation between VA and T. Okay, good. Now balance moment about A. Okay, so if you balance moment about A, you will get this 100 into 5 is the force point load, and this point load of 100 into 5, 100 into 5. Why I am applying this point load? Because I am replacing this UDL by a point load, and its magnitude must be 100 into 5, because 5 is the span and 100 is the intensity. And where I must apply? I must apply it in the middle of UDL, that is 2.5 meter from the point A. So perpendicular distance will be 2.5, and magnitude of this force will be 100 into 5. So 100 into 5 into 2.5 plus this 500 force is also producing a clockwise moment, and this perpendicular distance is how much? See, this is 1 meter. So from point A to C, it will be 4 meters. So that's why you are getting distance of 4 meters in this term, 500 into 4. Now T sine 30 will also produce a it will produce anti-clockwise moment. So for that we have to take minus sign, minus T sine 30. And what is this distance? This distance is 5 meter long. Okay, so T sine 30 into 5, and overall this all the algebraic summation of moments must be equal to 0. And guys, it will give you the value of t, and once you got this value of t, you can put this value of t in second equation, you will get Va, and if you put it in the first equation, you will get Ha. So these are your reactions. Good, your solution is completed. Now I have one more equation for you. So here the question is different because UDL is not acting, or UDL is not producing vertically downward force, but this UDL is producing horizontally rightward force. So it is the method to denote a UDL which is producing horizontally rightward force. So this type of situation you can see in the reverse also. So suppose there is a wall, okay, and there is a river. This is river. So this river will apply a horizontally rightward force on the wall. Okay, here you can see one more thing, that this UDL is represented by short arrows. Okay, so these are another, this is another means method of denoting UDL by short arrows, and another method that we studied was using this style. Okay, so either you can denote the UDL by this means varying wave, or you can use short arrows. Both will mean the same thing. Okay, good. Next, what we can do. So here you have to understand the thing that UDL, it is not necessary that it should act vertically downward. It may act horizontally. It may act vertically upward also. So vertically upward force is also possible. Suppose some bar is floating on the river, then the river will apply vertically upward UDL on the bar, on the member, right? Okay, good. So let's come to solution. So for hinge, this is hinge, so you will get horizontal and vertical reaction. It is roller, so you will get vertical reaction. Good. Next, you can do one thing. You can just balance horizontal force. So there are two horizontal forces, HA and this 20 kilonewton per meter UDL. So 20 into 3 will be total force. HA plus is equal to 0. That means HA will be minus 60. Vertical force VA and VC. So VA plus VC is equal to 0. That means both should be equal, but in opposite magnitude. They should be acting in opposite direction, VA and VC. Okay, so your selected direction is not appropriate from Newton's third law. Okay, so VA, if you are applying VA vertically upward, then VC must be acting vertically downward. Okay, this is one thing. Next, if you take moment about A, then you will get a moment because of this UDL. The UDL will produce moment of, so how much is the total force of UDL? 20 into 3, that means 60 kilonewton will be the force applied by this UDL. So 60 is force, and it will act in the middle. So middle is located 1.5 meter from this distance of point A. So 60 into 1.5 will be our moment produced by this UDL. And let's take clockwise as positive. So this will be positive. Good. Now VC will also produce a moment in which direction? In anti-clockwise direction. So we have to take negative sign for this moment. So let's take negative sign. So you will get VC into 2. Why VC into 2? Because if you extend this line of action of VC, so you will get this line of action. And if you take perpendicular distance from A point on this line of action, then this distance will be 2 meters. Right, so VC into 2 is the moment. Okay, minus VC into 2. Now this moment balance equation will give you VC is equal to 90 by 2, that is 45 kilonewton. So your VA will be equal to minus 45, and HA you already know. That means VC, we cannot reverse the direction of VC. We are getting from moment balance equation, we are getting positive sign, that means our selected direction of VC was correct. So this must be the direction of VC. But if you put VC value in this first equation, you will get VA is equal to minus 45. That means this direction of VA was not appropriate. So you can reverse its direction and then you will get the right direction of VA. Okay. And HA is also not, direction of HA is not also not correct. So its actual direction should be horizontally leftward. So you can correct your reactions if you wish. Okay, thank you. So that is the end of the chapter rigid body equilibrium or equilibrium of rigid bodies. From next lecture, we will discuss, we will study the new topic, that is analysis of stresses. Okay, thank you guys.